Happening now. Violent crime is on the rise here in Chautauqua County, and the numbers are alarming.
World Series Game 5 was amazing. More than 5 hours of baseball, 25 runs later. We'll tell you who won. That coming up in sports.
You know what, James? You know it's cold out there when the microphone is cold. Hey, these below average temperatures will continue throughout early this week, and our first snowflakes of the season come up later this week. I'll have that full forecast coming up.
And a North County wind farm project faces some contentious opposition. Those stories and more coming up on this Monday, October 30th, 2017.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
Happy Monday. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm James Reed. Our top story. The number of murders, rapes, and assaults are on the rise in Chautauqua County. The report out from the New York Division of Criminal Justice Services indicates that Chautauqua trails only Schenectady County in crime rate per 100,000 residents. The full story is on our website, WNYNewsNow.com.
Also making headlines today, a multi-million-dollar wind turbine project for northern Chautauqua County remains contentious, with residents raising objections. Concerned citizens continue to protest at various protests Friday in the North County. This woman was one of about a dozen protesters.
The reason we're here is to educate the public about the negative impacts of wind energy. When you're living in a residential area with industrial wind turbines, it's critical that you know what the negative impacts are. The wind power companies didn't tell us. Our town boards didn't tell anyone. So who's there and who's responsible to educate everyone about it? We are, the people, and that's why we're here, so people are aware of what's coming.
The Cassadaga Wind Farm project is slated to put up 58 500-foot turbines, along with projects in Albright, Cherry Creek, Charlotte, Stockton, Villanova, and Hanover. For more on this story, see our web story at WNYNewsNow.com.
Following a fire that destroyed the First Church of God last December on Faulkner Street, churchgoers held their annual Trunk or Treat Sunday night. Our crew spoke with Pastor Mervyn Lee, who said he knew the church would rebuild.
I knew we would rebuild, and I knew we'd be the trunk or treat this year. There was just that faith in God, knowing that He wanted more, and He wasn't going to let us down. And yeah, we're excited about what's going on tonight, and we're glad that people showed up. God held off the weather. Last year, during one of the ladies was walking through as the fire was happening, and a little girl came by and said, crying, you know, where are we going to have our trunk or treat next year? And here we are. We're there. We said we'd have it, and we held our promise, and God held His promise.
Lee expects the new church to be complete next summer.
Well, now it's time to check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a first look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, guys. Good Monday, everybody. We had a kind of a soggy weekend out there. Let's kick off the first weather segment with our Sky Vision camera on the lower Niagara River. This is looking due north right into Lake Ontario as it empties into Lake Ontario, and kind of a... you can see some of the sunshine breaking through with some of those clouds, but it is actually a little cold out here. We had a cold start this morning. We'll continue this below average stretch, and our first snowflakes, yes, I'm sorry, I had to say it, the first snowflakes of the season come later, will actually come early this week. I'll have that full forecast coming up in just a minute.
All right, Dakota, not promising news, but thank you. Well, it's an exciting weekend for JCC athletics as the women's soccer and volleyball teams were on the verge of going to the national title games. The soccer team unfortunately lost at a neutral site against Erie Community College this past weekend, but the volleyball team, they're going to advance to Rochester, Minnesota to play for a national title. For more on that win and what's next, head to WNYNewsNow.com and read all about it.
Straight ahead, a reward to find out who's responsible for recent bomb threats at the State University of New York at Fredonia.
And later on, National Candy Corn Day. We'll let you in on the deliciousness next.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
We've lowered property taxes, we've got growth, we've got jobs, we've got financial stability, but I could never, ever look any one of you in the eye if I wasn't confident that there was someone ready to go, not someone that needs to learn on the job, not someone that needs a job and, hey, maybe we'll try county executive. And that person is standing next to me. It's legislator George Barillo.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says the federal government treats Puerto Ricans like second-class Americans. Cuomo made those comments on a phone interview Sunday with CNN. Take a listen.
It all starts with power. If you don't have power, pumps don't operate, people can't operate equipment to clean their home. So it's very hard to get the society up and running until you have the power restored. And there's been very little progress on the power. You know, I've heard the reports that Whitefish has people working, but you're talking about thousands of crews that you're going to need there. And they're nowhere near that capacity. And it's been a month. And the federal government knows how to do this. I mean, we do this literally on a monthly basis in this country. When Texas had a problem, when Florida had a problem, New York State sends utility crews.
Right.
And they get assistance, and then they come back, you know. There was no reason for this to take 36 days. It's just, frankly, because they didn't get the attention, and I think we treat Puerto Ricans like second-class Americans.
The island nation has been without electricity for more than a month, according to the governor.
Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for information on 2 recent bomb threats made at SUNY Fredonia. The threats were made just weeks apart on October 17th and 26th. Our crews were on scene when Thompson Hall was evacuated the first time. Now, both of the threats were unfounded, according to police. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 716-867-6161.
Sunday marked the 5-year anniversary of Superstorm Sandy that hit New Jersey and New York, and it's looking likely that today another big storm, Philippe, will lash the Northeast. Sandy caused tens of billions of dollars in damage and killed about 150 people in the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean. Our Dakota Hunter has more coming up in weather.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Yeah, Sandy was a very interesting storm in the fact that it actually had snow attached to it in some parts of the south as well. There was actually snow that got wrapped into the system as well. And Sunday was the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Sandy, and we actually were lucky that we were far enough west. We got brushed with the outer bands. As you remember, we had some pretty heavy rain and some winds, but likely we didn't have this. This is storm surge on the Ocean Grove Pier in New Jersey. You can see the kind of the high waves coming up on the pier right there. This is fire damage in Queens. There actually was a major fire that broke out, and you can see this is pretty much the damage that was left in Queens after Sandy came on through. And then this is the massive power outage in Lower Manhattan, and just pretty much almost all dark, and it was a very scary situation. And so they've actually rebuilt from since then, and Man, that was a scary storm. But talking about Philippe, it actually dissipated yesterday, but some of its moisture is coming up our way. First Defense Doppler is nice and quiet across the region. We have a few light rain showers over in Ontario. Those are actually going to probably fizzle out as they reach here, but we will bring in the chance for more rain later on tonight. Now, we do have a wind advisory that is currently in effect for pretty much of western New York, and that goes until 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, and along with a flash flood watch that currently is in effect for areas north of here, so that would be Erie, Genesee, Wyoming, and then areas northward. And there also is actually a winter weather advisory, first time this year, for Genesee, for actually it's Wyoming and southern Erie counties for the potential for some wet lake effect snow that's going to coat the hills. And here it is, and I want to give you the First Defense once again on it because that potential is still there. So for the nighttime, we're going to be pretty much in the mid to lower 30s for lows. Daytime highs will be in the mid to lower 40s, which will allow for some light rain and snow changing over to light lake effect snow showers pretty much tonight and then tomorrow as well. Now down in our direction, we expect little accumulation out of this, and with just a coating on the hills, maybe at most about an inch or so on the hills. The higher totals out of it's going to be northward where that winter weather advisory is. And how about this trick-or-treating forecast? Everybody loves this graphic. This is just fantastic. You know, everybody would love it. Yeah, Justin's dancing over there. This is a fantastic graphic. My little dancing little Frankenstein guy right there. This is just awesome. So again, I dropped the low temperature again down to 31 degrees for Tuesday night. It will mainly be dry. We will mention the chance for a light rain or snow shower, but it will mostly be dry for all the trick-or-treat festivities that you have going on. Sunset time comes up at 6:17 tonight. Sunrise at 7:45 tomorrow morning. The record for this date is 78, set in 1989. We obviously will not hit that today. And both lake temperatures are tied. 58 off Buffalo on Erie and 58 on Lake Ontario off the coast of Rochester. Both lakes are tied. And that actually is a little anomalous. We usually don't see that. Your First Defense forecast for today, partly sunny on average. Chance for a few rain showers in the afternoon. It becomes breezy. We have that wind advisory in effect. Take a look at it. Southwest winds, 17 to 28, gusting to around 40 at times, highs in the upper 40s. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy on average. Chance for a few rain or snow showers. Look at the low temperature, mid to lower 30s. Some of the colder pockets could end up whiter, colder than that. That breeze stays up, but it does come down a little bit. Southwest 10 to 15. And then for tomorrow, it's pretty much going to be a mostly cloudy day with a slight chance of a rain shower pretty much in the morning hours, and then it kind of clears out of here. Temperatures still below average, 44 degrees. Look at the wind. It still stays up southwest, 12 to 18 miles an hour. And how about that? That's a beautiful shot of the power plant on Steel Street, right on the Chautauquois River. Then on that First Defense 7-day forecast, we are pretty much dry on Wednesday with still below average temperatures. We finally get back into somewhat of a normal pattern on Thursday and Friday before we actually, so we don't see much sun throughout the next 7 days as well when we bring in more rain for Sunday. Brian will have sports right after the break, so stay with us.
Chautauqua Audio Works now offers instrument rentals starting at just $17 per month. We're your school's band and orchestra headquarters, the only place with loaners on site. So pick up an instrument today. Order online with the keyword Chautauqua, shipping straight to your door. With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Located in the St. Elmo building in Chautauqua Institution, La Familia Restaurant is more than a restaurant.
So people love the fact that we are committed to the farm-to-table aspect in our produce and focus on sustainability with our seafood too.
La Familia has signature dishes.
Sirloin filet over on the table. Next is our Aegean chicken and a cider brine pork chop.
La Familia even has a singing chef. La Familia, fine dining with a family atmosphere. Let them host your special event today. LaFamiliaCHQ.com.
25 runs, 28 hits, and more than 5 hours of baseball. An instant classic. Here we go, ninth inning. Yasiel Puig hits a 2-run home run to left, and that made it 12-11 Astros. Chris Taylor singles to center, scoring Austin Burns to tie the game at 12. To left, scoring Derek Fisher to win the game. The Astros win 13-12. and have a chance to become world champions on Tuesday. An unbelievable game, says Dave Roberts.
The whole series has been an emotional roller coaster. It's the two best teams playing for a championship.
Jose Altuve says the Astros never thought for once they wouldn't walk away with the win.
We came back twice, then we took the lead, they tied again, and we did it again. So this is the team we are, this is the team we've been.
The Detroit Lions had almost 500 yards of total offense last night, but had to settle for 5 field goals. Third quarter, Roethlisberger from his own end zone throws a well-placed pass over the middle into the hands of Smith-Schuster. Several defenders to beat, but he beats every one of them. On his way to the end zone for a 98-yard touchdown, and that puts the icing on the cake for the Steelers, who down the stretch they played some good defense, and they walk away with the road win. Jamestown Community College women's volleyball team is on the way to the national finals in Rochester, Minnesota for the 8th time in school history and the first time in 5 years. Read more at WNYNewsNow.com. New Era Field was rocking on Sunday afternoon as the Oakland Raiders paid a visit. They go for it on 4th and 3 in the fourth quarter, and the Bills defense comes up very big. An incomplete pass knocked down, and then the capper right here. LaShawn McCoy's nearly 50-yard sprint to the end zone put the Bills up 34-14. McCoy, 27 carries, 151 yards. Tyrod Taylor, 27 for 165 yards. And voila, the Bills are 5-2 with the meeting against the Jets. Must-see TV on Thursday night. And finally, the Southern Tier Express won 2 games over Toledo over the weekend, are now looking forward to welcoming the first-place Metro Jets, who are notoriously tough. They're the leader in the Southern Tier Express division, which makes this week of practice for Lou Santini and his crew all that more important.
The top team in the division, so we have our work cut out for us, but I like the way we're playing, but we just have to dial in and focus in because we know Metro's excellent.
For more sports, head to WNYNewsNow/sports. I'm Ryan Hedrick from the Phone Zone Sports Desk. It all unfolds here.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Well, just in time for Halloween, today is James Reed's favorite holiday.
Yes.
National Candy Corn Day. Love them or hate them, they are popular this time of year. George Rayner of Wanderley Candy Company created the corn back in the late 1800s to celebrate the beauty of corn and the autumn colors. The candy is made using corn syrup, sugar, water, marshmallows, fondue, and palm wax, all stuff we probably shouldn't be eating normally anyways. But
sorry to correct you, I think it's fondant.
Fondant?
Fondue.
Oh, fondant.
Fondue's like cheese.
Oh, fondant. Hey, I like fondue.
Like a little fondue with
a little
your
fondue
candy
with my candy, just dip it in there. Yeah, fondue. Dakota, I heard a boo. You don't like candy corn?
No, I don't.
Really?
I hate candy corn. Yeah, Storm says get out of here in my ear.
Wow.
He's out of control. Candy corn is gross. It is nasty.
Oh, man.
It has a very odd taste. I hate it. I can't stand it.
Oh, man. My mom was just putting it out last night. I was over for the game, and
just give me some M&Ms.
I didn't bring it. I should have been like, Mother, I am confiscating this for the news team. Speaking of confiscation, they didn't take the weather clicker away from you yet. So
no, that's a good thing, I guess. Let's take a look at the 7-day one more time. And again, today we bring in a chance for a few rain showers, mainly in the afternoon hours, but below average. Average high this time of the year is 53, so we're going to be a little bit below average. Now, we do bring in a chance for a few lake effect rain showers. As I told you over the weekend, a lake effect band is likely going to set up off Lake Erie. That is going to throw some lake effect rain our way. And with that low temperature, not out of the question, we could see a few lake effect snowflakes mixing in. Yeah, I know, with a few wet snowflakes. But the good news down in our direction, we don't expect much accumulation, if any, mainly a coating on the hilltops. That mainly should be where it should be confined. And then we don't see much sun throughout the next 7 days. It's mainly going to be cloudy and rainy. It's fall.
Yeah. It's kind of how it was over the weekend. I was like, but there was still a lot of people out in Lakewood doing like last minute Halloween shopping. I went on Saturday and tons of people filled that Halloween store next to
Spirit.
Value. Yeah, Spirit. So yeah,
well,
that's
cool. News now for today. We are back tomorrow with, very spooky Halloween edition.
Oh yeah,
you folks will not want to miss this.
I don't even know what it is. So
yeah, it's a big secret around here. Only like the head honchos know, i.e. James Reed. In the meantime, be sure to visit WNYNewsNow.com. It's where coverage comes first. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. Maybe not.